Hello, my friends. Welcome to my Gut Detox guide. This is the first thing I have ever done ever. I was originally going to charge for this, but I told so many people that I would send them my my detox and how I did it to clear all the stuff out my stomach before I made any kind of coaching or anything. I told so many people I give it to them that I just I'm just making it for free for everybody now because you know what? I'm not a gatekeeper. I want everybody to have access to the ability to become happy and healthy. So here it is for free how to clear out your stomach. Let's go. Disclaimer, this is kind of expensive to do. I spent, I averagely spend $100 a week on groceries. This doubled while I was doing the juice fast, not to mention that you have to buy other things like supplements and binders and laxatives and whatnot. So this is a disclaimer, it's kind of expensive. So I would have some money before you do it, unless you like shoplift or something. What you will need: non produce. Cold pressed juicer is important. You do not want you want it to be cold pressed because you don't want a juicer that's going to heat up your juice and destroy nutrients. Nattokinase is a supplement. You don't have to take it. It's optional. I do recommend you take it though. Um, it's just it's just it's just better. You don't have to. These three things: digestive enzymes, psyllium husk, bentonite clay. We're gonna get into that later. You will be needing those. Here's a list of produce: pineapple, grapefruit, oranges, ginger, turmeric, cilantro, parsley, jalapeno, lemon, cucumber, celery, and Granny Smith apples. So overview: you're gonna be eating. I would try to go at least one whole day before just eating only fruit. If you really are dedicated, you'll go 3 whole days, and you don't even have to do the one whole day. It's better. Like all of this, you don't gotta be like it all comes together as one. There's nothing that's super deal breaker ish, but doing it all together and being consistent is what makes it work. So you're gonna have 3 meals a day consisting of juice. They're not actually meals, and try to have these done 3 hours before bed. You don't have to, but from my personal experience, you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night having to pee. And each meal is 1 green juice and 1 citrus/pineapple juice. Um, Digestive enzymes taken in pill and powder form to assist the breakdown of waste. Psyllium husk bentonite clay taken in rounds to bind to toxins and waste. Optional: breath work that massages the intestines and helps in the clearing of waste. Diaphragmatic breathing to be specific. Citrus/pineapple juices. You will be having 3 of these a day. Citrus and pineapple both help break down waste in your stomach. Um, Specifically the pineapple, because you know when you eat pineapple and it like messes up your tongue, it like breaks your tongue open a bit. It's doing that to all the stuff in your stomach. It's breaking down this waste and helping you pass it. You can choose any citrus fruit available. For the other two juices, you need the pineapple, but for the other two, I chose oranges and grapefruits because that's all I had available, but they could be anything. I'd also like to talk about the measurements. I don't really do oh, you need this many liters or whatever. What I did is I'd go to the store. I think I got a 2 pound bag of oranges, 2 pound bag of grapefruit, and I'd juice one of those, and that'd be my juice. But everybody's different on the amount that they want to take, depending on if they're trying to lose less weight or gain more weight or whatever, or if they're trying to, or depending on how tall you are, how heavy you are. It's all different for everybody, and you'll figure it out for yourself as you go what works for you. As you can get pretty full off the juice. I know it sounds surprising, but you can. They're more. There's a lot of there's calories in them for sure. Um, so my measurements for those though is 2 pound bag of of whatever citrus fruit you choose. So oranges and grapefruits for me, and that's one juice. So you use the whole bag for your juice. And on my reference, these are both juices. This is about a one. I think this is a 1 liter jar right here. So yeah, that's the relative amount that I had, but it's different for everybody, for real. You gotta be your own warrior and figure some things out for yourself. But from my reference, the 2 pound bags of the citrus fruits, and for the pineapple, I think I just have one. I think it's just one pineapple that I juice. Yeah, it's just be one pineapple. And if I also recommend, a lot of people like take out the center of the pineapple. I wouldn't do that because the center has a lot of that enzyme that breaks down stuff. I would just chop the center up into really small pieces so that it's easy on your juicer. Um, but you will have these for each meal. You will have one of these paired with the green juice, which we're about to get into right now. The green juice recipe is celery, Granny Smith apple, cucumber, cilantro, parsley, ginger, turmeric, and jalapeno. Make sure with the jalapeno that you take out the seeds, you remove the stem, and you take out all the seeds, or it'll be super spicy. And that's kind of my bias because I do not have a good spice tolerance. And you're going to dilute it with a third of water, preferably spring water. And I get my water from like an actual spring, not like store-bought spring water. Like I actually go find a wild spring and I get water from it. Let me tell you the measurements. So celery, you want one stalk of celery. Like, you know what I mean, just the base with the individual celeries coming out. And then 2 Granny Smith apples, 1 cucumber, 1 bunch of cilantro. So by a bunch, I mean, imagine you reached in a bag and you went like that and you just pulled some out. That's a bunch, just a handful. Same with parsley. Ginger, you want 1 inch of it, 1 inch of ginger, 2 inches of turmeric. And then the jalapeno, you put however much in depending on how good your spice tolerance is. Like mine is so bad that I put like a third of it in. And if you have a really high spice tolerance, you could, if you want to go even further beyond, you could use a habanero, which I tried, and bro, I was done for, bro. I was struggling. My mouth was on fire. I cannot do spice. I am just not like that. But yeah, dilute a third water. You will have 3 of these a day paired with with whatever the other juice you chose. So it could be the pineapple, the grapefruit, or the orange, or if you chose a different citrus, that. So those are your meals. You have 3 meals a day. So you see this here, a green juice, and this is the pineapple juice, but it could have been the grapefruit or the orange juice as well. If you get what I'm saying. Binders and laxatives. Psyllium husk and bentonite clay taken together 3 times a day in rounds of 5 to 10 days. I only did rounds of 5 days, but everybody's different. That's why I put 5 to 10. So I would just do weekdays on, weekends off. Monday to Friday, I'm taking psyllium and bentonite. On weekends, I'm not. And for each scoop of bentonite clay, you want 2 scoops of psyllium. So put psyllium in the water before the bentonite. That's also important because the bentonite, as soon as it goes in the water, it just like you want to drink it as soon as you put it in the water. And same with the psyllium too. I recommend you do this whole process really quickly. After putting the bentonite in, immediately mix and drink. And you may not get all of it down, but most of it's okay. So the dosages are, so when I first started, I started 4 scoops of psyllium husk, 2 scoops of bentonite clay, 3 times a day for my first round of 5 days. So what does that mean? So that would total to 12 scoops of psyllium a day and 6 scoops of bentonite a day. Now, after that, you want to increase the dosage as it goes. So, for example, for my first 5 days, I had 4 scoops of psyllium and 2 scoops of bentonite 3 times a day, and then I had 2 days off, and then I was starting another round of 5 days. So we're on day 8 of the fast. That would be now. You're going to use 6 scoops of psyllium husk and 3 scoops of bentonite 3 times a day, and you gradually increase it. And I would just increase it the next round to 8 scoops, and then 4 scoops 3 times a day on the final round. And I wouldn't go any further after that because at that point it's just a lot. You don't really need that much, but you can't really fit it all into a cup, or maybe you can. The way that I did it is however much I was taking. So let's say I was doing 4 scoops of psyllium and 2 scoops of bentonite. I would do 2 scoops psyllium, 1 scoop bentonite, put it in the water, mix it, drink it really quickly. And then I would just do that again. 2 scoops psyllium, 1 scoop bentonite, mix it, drink it quickly. And that's 4 scoops of psyllium, 2 scoops of bentonite, mixed and drank quickly. But yeah, this is like a lot of this is hard to explain. I'm sorry if I'm not doing my best. This is the first time I've ever done this in my life, so don't hate me for it. But yeah, psyllium and bentonite definitely. Let's keep her going. Digestive enzymes, digestive enzyme powder and capsules. Now, these things are like they're pretty important, and I also recommend that you get the ones that I did. These are the ones that I got right here. I went in my Amazon history and literally copied the photos, pasted them onto here. You don't have to get these. I just recommend getting good quality ones. Like these are pretty high quality ones. These are the ones that I got. So if you want them, Prescribed for Life, Digestive Enzyme. Then we have Omegazyme Ultra Digestive Enzyme by Garden of Life. But you're going to take the capsules. You're going to take 5 capsules 3 times a day. And also try to take your capsules and the psyllium. This also applies to the psyllium husk and bentonite clay. Try and take them when you're not in the same time frame that you drank your juice. Like try and space those out. Like try and keep at least 30 minutes between drinking the juice and taking these enzymes. Especially this what I'm saying now applies way more to the psyllium husk and bentonite than the enzymes, because with the powder enzyme, you're going to take those with your citrus and pineapple juices. So I usually do it with my breakfast and dinner, but you don't have to. But 2 heaping tablespoons of the digestive enzymes a day. Yes. Exercise, no heavy lifting. I didn't lift at all when I did mine. I don't have much to say about that. I think there's a chance you can get hurt. Calisthenics is cool. Cardio is highly recommended. It helps in detoxification. Any kind of cardio. Breath work also helps. Diaphragmatic breathing. You could look up diaphragmatic breathing if you want, especially. Yeah. What to expect. If you are not already pretty skinny, then you will most likely lose a good chunk of weight. For some people, that may be good, and for some people, that may be bad. For this woman here on the right, it was good. Don't be feared though. Most of the waste you're losing is actually pent up waste that has been stuck up. Most of the weight that you're losing is actually pent up waste that's been stuck in your bowels. And the first few days, week, you will get mad hunger cravings for just like junk food and stuff, and then as you keep going, you'll be fine. And at the end, it should honestly disgust you, the thought of eating processed food. Yeah, like your hunger is an addiction that you got to overcome. You're not actually hungry. That's what you need to remember. You're suffering from addiction, and the longer you resist that, the easier it is to not be addicted anymore. So like by the end, I didn't even have hunger feelings at the end, even for juice. Like I could have gone, like the last, for mine, you don't have to do this. I just did this because I'm like a spiritual person. But my last 4 days, I did 3 days, no juice, just water. And my last day, I had absolutely nothing. I didn't even have water. But you don't have to do that. If you want a spiritual experience, I would do that, but you don't have to. This is how you know it's working. Is the biggest sign is increased bowel transition time. So for example, when I started mine, I didn't even pass the entire first day. But by the end, you should be passing like every time you drink juice. Like you should drink the juice and like be passing waste almost immediately after each juice meal. because it should just be going right through you, because you're unblocking all this stuff that's here just waiting in your stomach, just all this waste. Now, the release of mucoid plaque is also a sign. It looks different for a lot of people. Like, this is probably the most accurate description of what it looks like, just a long rope. Don't be scared, it's not a tapeworm, it's just mucoid plaque. Some people may have parasites. I did. Not everyone does, but the parasites, they're smaller. They're literally like this big. Some people might have liver flukes. I had liver flukes as well. There's a lot of different things, but the biggest sign that you know it's working is definitely increased bowel transition time. A lot of people think that you need to see the release of mucoid plaque, which you could see some, but the bowel transition time is definitely the biggest one. Breaking the fast. Break the fast with like a watermelon or any other type of melon. Ease into more dense fruits over the first 3 days, like bananas or mangoes. And then after a week, start incorporating some greens, some leafy greens, and some more dense fruits like dates and avocados. Then after 2 weeks, eat raw vegan, completely as free as you want. I recommend you keep your diet like 80% fruit. Like, I haven't ate a nut in probably over a month. I use seeds as a base for like my dressings and nothing else. And roots, I have like some onions occasionally, of some ginger and turmeric maybe, but like I basically only eat fruit at where I'm at right now. I feel like other stuff weighs me down. I can't exaggerate the importance of fruit, because I see some raw vegans and they're eating like all these like lentil sprouts and like bean sprouts and stuff, and that's cool, but you don't have to do that. And the thing about that is the protein psyop, that you need this excess amount of protein. I probably get like 40 grams of protein a day. Like, there's protein in fruit. There's protein in everything. It's just they've convinced you that you need the foods that have a lot of it, like soy or tofu or meat, when you really don't. You don't need that much. What you need is fruit. What you need is structured water. Yeah, but that is that, and that's the end. Thank you guys. This is the first time I've ever made anything. I was gonna charge for this. This is what it says here, but I just, like I said at the beginning of the video, I told so many people I send it to them for free before I even made a coaching thing. So I'm gonna make a YouTube channel over this. After this, and post it on YouTube and just send everybody that I told I'd send it to the link, so that you can all have the opportunity to do this yourself and be your own health warrior and experiment with what you want. But my end goal for what I'm doing right now, it's so much more than what any of you think it is. Like, my actual end dream for my life is so ridiculously crazy out there. And the earth is changing really fast right now. I mean, some people can see it, some people can't, but we are undergoing one of the craziest transformations of the collective consciousness of mankind that is going to ever happen. I promise you, for some of you, you may already know, but over the next, I'd say 5 to 10 years, the world is going to be completely different than how it used to be. And you'll just have to wait and see, but I promise you that if what I want comes to fruition, like my end goal for why I'm doing all this social media stuff, if it actually happens, it won't just change my life, it'll change all of yours and everyone you love as well. However, if you do want to help me, if you want coaching, like if you actually want coaching, I could definitely work out a call with any of you. We could set something up. And if you want to buy coaching from me, I'd very much appreciate it. I would do everything I can to help you on your journey, but you don't have to, because I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not a money guy. I'm not materialistic. I want everybody to have access to the ability to be healthy, and that's why I'm making my gut detox tutorial free, because I just feel bad if I don't. I don't know. I just do. But yeah, thank you all for everything. If you want coaching, like I said, DM me, you comment on the video, hit me up or something. I'm gonna make a community eventually, a group that you could join for like, I don't know, like $10 a month if you want to get into that. But this right here, this is the start of it all for me. And I love you all, and I just hope, I'm very excited for the future. I hope you can all see the vision that I have and what I plan on doing. It's going to be great. Much love to you and everyone else. That's all there is. It's just love. Have a good night, morning, day, whatever it is. Goodbye, guys.